I kind of learned to surf from watching Rue's videos on YouTube. I watched those for a long time, then I finally came to this school. I also was here with my son, so we had this great father-son experience.
I found out about it from my dad. He's done it twice before, and he just kind of brought it up to me like, hey, you should come on this trip with me this year.
Surfing's been on my list for 20 plus years. A friend of mine, I guess it was last winter, was talking about Surf Simply. So I got on the waiting list back in April and a spot opened up, and it's been great.
My goals were low because I really didn't even have the fundamentals of surfing, so I wanted to learn the right way, and we had an awesome coach in Will.
I started when I was, probably like 10 years old, so 23 years ago in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I still, to this day, wear my leash on the wrong ankle.
This is my third time, and you just can't have more fun than you can have at Surf Simply.
I was looking for a surf podcast and found Surf Simply, started listening to the podcast and loved it, and we booked pretty immediately after that.
Yeah, so I decided to come to Surf Simply because I've surfed for a couple of years on and off, and I feel like I kind of didn't really know exactly what I was doing. But Surf Simply I was interested in because it gave me a really good baseline.
The coaching is incredible. It's amazing, the fact that they help you focus on the right thing at every point in time in your progression.
I really like how the coach to student ratio is so good. Like my group, it was 3 people with 2 coaches, which is great.
The scientific approach, the methodical approach to it, and kind of knowing what to think about when you're in a certain part of the wave was just so useful and beneficial.
Yeah, they weren't just opinions of like, oh, you should try this. It's like, you need to do this, and this is why. And then you do it, and you see the video, and you know that they're right.
I think the coaching works so well, really, because of the knowledge of the instructors and their just incredibly engaging personalities. I mean, they really know how to work with individuals who, they can recognize, what they need to be working on with that person, and they've just got a way of communicating that is it's a talent. I mean, it's a skill.
Yeah, so I worked with both Derek as well as Harrison, and they were very good at kind of, as I mentioned before, deconstructing what I was doing on each wave. And after I got to the end of each wave, they would say, improve on this or improve on that. And they were really able to help me kind of dig into what those small things were, and it honestly ended up just turning into building up muscle memory.
Will was absolutely, from a personality standpoint, was fantastic. And then from a coach, teacher perspective, I felt like he really got down to and understood the level and my frustrations, and was able to kind of help me out.
Yeah, I mean, easy. If if my daughter Kate weren't married, Will would be the kind of guy that I'd love to have her marry. He's just a great human being.
Well, I had 2 coaches this week. I had Teal and I had Tommy. Yeah, it's just again, it's just the best experience you can have.
Yeah, this week I had Asher. He was amazing. Really felt like he just looked at where I needed help, and it's going to open me up to surfing a lot of waves I couldn't surf before.
And we had Jess, who was completely awesome. I mean, it was just so much fun to watch her in the water.
I've learned that whatever Jess tells me to do, I should do it, and my surfing's better.
We went to a surf break at this place called Marbella, which is a little bit steeper wave, which is what I was having trouble with.
The waves were faster, a little pitchier, and it was just fun to have the crew out there, the coaches and some of the other people who came this week to share with.
And with my new instruction, I was able to throw myself down those waves and make those steep takeoffs.
I'd say one of my big highlights of this week was being able to swim back and paddle back to unbroken waves and to catch some of those. So Surf Simply really helped out with the coaching, with getting past those roadblocks.
Will gave me a little help, but I got up on my first time out there. And so it was great. It was the experience that I've watched enough surfing videos and have seen enough surfing to actually experience that was really fun.
I would say that there's at least 2 waves that I have like ingrained in my brain. Those are certainly part of the highlights of the week. So I think the main breakthrough was Tuesday, and after that I've just been building to do that, I guess, at a higher speed, with bigger waves where things move a little bit faster.
Just the enthusiasm from the coaches when you got a really good wave, like the positive feedback and the energy, and from the people that you've met over the week, and watching all of them progress and get their first wave and get on the line the first time, and it's been really cool to see.
Yeah, watching you get so much better was awesome. Every once in a while I get to paddle out, and as I'd taken a wave, and then I'd be paddling back out, and I get to watch her ride down.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is underestimate coming to Surf Simply to kind of paddle around in the water and drink champagne. I mean, this is not that. It's the perfect balance of strategic planning, a well-defined tactical plan on a day-to-day basis that's just the right amount of work with a little bit of relaxing and some great food. It's just hard to beat the combination, in my opinion.
It's a little bit like a luxurious military camp. I think your brain will be running on wave scenarios and boards all day, which is nice. I mean, if you were worrying about work or something else, you'll be thinking about waves all day.
There's always something new going on. And yet it's all very casual at the same time. And at the same time, it's very organized. It's all very casual. It's easy, and you just fall right into a great routine.
You get the most out of your time without ever feeling like rushed, and you really get a good mix of everything from From surfing to food to culture to relaxing time. It's very well rounded.
There's also one week when you will be eating as much that you'll be burning off in calories, hopefully. You'll probably end up getting more, but it's very good food.
Dennis is a genius. I mean, he is a true genius. Nobody stops raving about how he comes up with the meals that he presents and the way he presents them.
Food is almost outrageous. I think what Dennis and Yayo do are a little bit, I mean, it's crazy. It's almost unexpected.
It's usually too much. Like it's nice. I mean, it's the appetizer. Looks like the whole meal. I mean, it's crazy.
Coming from New York, I have a pretty high standard, and the food was amazing. It was a great group, a really good group, and surfing level experience, the life experiences. It seems like there were just some really interesting stories and friendships that were made over the week.
I think the group of people is outstanding. I like the range also. There's everywhere from like a 90-year-old guy to guys who are in the late 60s, and it's almost inspiring to see that sport can bring so many people together.
But everybody I've interacted with here has been just a gem, a great find. They all take pride in what they do, and credit to the founders of Surf Simply for putting together such a dynamite staff, because it's one of the best I've ever experienced.
Progression is noticeable through the week. I mean, it's pretty clear from Sunday to especially yesterday. The tools and the tips and the teachings, the theories are just great. And Will's been amazing.
It was a little tough at first, definitely, because I was kind of reevaluating everything I've ever done on a surfboard. But as the week went on, I feel like I improved a lot and actually know what I'm doing out there in the water now.
My objective when I first came was I just wanted to stand up on a wave, and that was it, like just one. And I think by Tuesday I had stand up and or stood up rather, and then I wanted to do more.
I love being out on the outside, getting the waves before they break. It's so thrilling, and I think that's really, what I want to concentrate on going forward, and just have more fun. I mean, and it's all there to be had. So I can't wait till I get back the next time.
I was doing everything all wrong. I was trying to pump the entire board with my upper body instead of my lower body, and the ankle takeoffs. And it's to watch video from Monday to Friday. It's done more for my surfing in 5 days than it's done in like the last 10 years.
I couldn't recommend this enough. If you want to, become a better surfer or just have a great, experience in the ocean, and especially if you think this is something you couldn't do, you can do this, and these guys will show you how to do it.
It was an awesome experience. We're definitely coming back. Just got to figure out when, and we can't wait. Can't wait to see the new resort too.
This has just been one of the great experiences of my wife and I. 40 or 50 years of outdoor experiences, and I'm just so glad we found Surf Simply. Both from one of our writers doing a story on it originally to actually becoming a multi-year client with many more years. I'm looking forward to many more years coming down here. And now they've built a new facility, which I just toured today, which is incredible. And it's even closer to the beach, and it looks fantastic. And hopefully they'll be opening it up within the next month. So we'll be back.